السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Would any one of us able to earn 1,000 rewards every day? It sounds like a big number. And if we think of 1,000 deeds, that's a lot of deeds. We're limited. We have only 24 hours a day. And we have 1/3 of it maybe going to sleep and 1/3 for livelihood matters, and what's left is how can someone occupy his time with gaining so much rewards? This is one of the great benefits of a dhikr, remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with only one dhikr. One word, if a person says it 100 times, as the authentic hadith of the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam, that he said that it's 1,000 rewards. The Prophet ﷺ, he said, the hadith reported by Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas radiyallahu anhu. The Prophet ﷺ said, أَيَعْجَزُ أَحَدُكُمْ, would any one of you would have the inability that he would get the rewards of ألف حسنة, of 1,000 rewards? So they asked the Prophet ﷺ, how can someone attain this? He says to say Subhanallah. When you say Subhanallah 100 times, he gets 1,000 rewards, or 1,000 sins are expiated from the person. This is how great the matter is and how simple it is. How difficult it is for someone to say Subhanallah. That's why the Prophet ﷺ also said in the authentic hadith, كلمتان خفيفتان على اللسان ثقيلتان في الميزان حبيبتان إلى الرحمن. Two words that are very light on the tongue, very easy for a person to say, very heavy in the scale of the balance of the good deeds, and they are beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Subhanallah wa bihamdih, Subhanallah al-azim. Subhanallah wa bihamdih, Subhanallah al-azim. Two simple words. And that shows again the barakah, the blessings of the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have here Subhanallah, we have Alhamdulillah, and we have Allahu Akbar. And that's why also the Prophet ﷺ, he said, 4 words, it is the most beloved words to me more than this entire world and whatever it contains. And 4 words better than anything that the sun rose over. That means better than this entire world and whatever it contains. Subhanallah, walhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, wallahu akbar. And he said even alayhi salatu wasalam, it is not harmful, it does not matter with which one you start first. And this is the beauty again and the barakah of the dhikr. And this is just an example with these 3 words. Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Wallahu Akbar. And there are more, of course. But to get the best of the rewards, whenever we say the adhkar, we need to understand what it means. When you say Subhanallah, this is a word that changes the entire world. Subhanallah means that you're stating, you're declaring that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has no weakness, has no deficiency. That no whatsoever, any weakness would be attributed to the creator of the heavens and the earth. And when you say Alhamdulillah, you're stating, you're declaring that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one that deserves to be praised, the perfect praise. All of the names and attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what we know and what we do not know, are included in the praise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when you say Alhamdulillah. And when you say Allahu Akbar, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the greatest. And you see, you have to have the heart, have this certainty and conviction, because nothing is greater than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's the owner of all things. He's the creator of the heavens and the earth. And these words, simple words to be said with one's tongue, but very heavy in the scale of deeds because of how it affects the heart, fulfills the purpose of our life, and that is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone, to exalt Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has no weakness and deficiency, no weakness, no son is attributed to Allah, no wife, nothing whatsoever. And He's the most perfect subhanahu wa ta'ala with His names and attributes, and He's the greatest subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when we say these types of adhkar, and then kalimatul tawheed, la ilaha illallah, 100 times in the morning, 100 times in the evening, 33 times after we finish the salah to say subhanallah, 33 times, alhamdulillah 33 times, Allahu Akbar 33 times, and to say The same thing before going to sleep, but with Allahu Akbar 34 times before going to sleep, and Subhanallah 33, and Alhamdulillah 33. This is how we occupy ourselves. This is how we become engaged in the most beautiful and the most exalted words in this life, and that is the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with what we have been taught by the sunnah of the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.